Alright, so we're going to talk about how to rebuild a Lionel fan-driven smoke unit to make it smoke better. Typically this should only be done to TMCC1 locomotives. Legacy equipped engines, Vision Line products don't need this upgrade, but some of the earlier TMCC1 locomotives could stand a little improvement. So this is basically a crash course in how to do it. Once you get the boiler shell off, take the screws out of the smoke unit as such. Remove the PCB. What you'll see inside the chamber is there is a wick on the smoke unit. That's the first thing that needs to come off. Using a sharp X-Acto knife blade, just cut that wick and remove it and discard it. If you use your smoke unit regularly, that'll typically be charred and black, so get rid of that so that you've got the exposed wire wound element. The batting that comes in it from the factory, you can discard that as well. We have a batting that we sell in customer service. I believe the part number is 691 SMK PKG. I don't know, hit enter after that, it'll come up. It's basically a 8 to 12 inch length of batting for the smoke unit. What we do is we fluff it up as such. And just put some, expand it out a bit so that it wicks the fluid a little bit better. Like so. And pay close attention because this is very scientific. You take this, you wad it up into a ball. Did you catch that? I'll do that again just in case you missed it. Take this, scientific now, and wad it up into a ball. Take that ball, stick it down inside your smoke unit heating chamber, and I'm going to leave you here for a second. I need to make one more modification, which is to drill this hole, which typically sits over top of the impeller. I need to drill that larger. A larger diameter hole will take more air in, hence it will push more air out. Therefore you'll get more smoke out of the stack. So if you'll excuse me for just a moment, I'll be right back. Okay, so just got back from the drill press. All I did was I drilled this hole to about a 1/4 inch. If you do this at home, you have to be very careful that you don't nick any of the copper traces on the top of the circuit board. If you nick the trace, you basically need a new PCB, so be very careful. Before we reassemble this, I want to make sure that the batting isn't blocking the air hole that comes out of the impeller chamber, and we want to pre-soak the batting. So I just got some smoke fluid here. We're going to pre-soak it so that it keeps the fluid from the funnel and collecting on the top, inside top of the PCB, which will ultimately create a meniscus there that will block the smoke from coming out. You'll have that a lot if you have to blow down the stack. The other thing you want to do before you reassemble it is you want to cut this gasket larger so that the air will get through. As you can see, the gasket will block the air coming in. So basically with the X-Acto knife we just cut a bigger square hole. No sense in being pretty about it, no one will ever see it. Okay, so you got a bigger hole there. Place that on our smoke unit. Remember to plug your connectors back in or your smoke unit won't work. Nothing better than putting the shell back on the boiler or back on the frame and nothing works because you failed to plug it in. Okay, gasket on, put it back together. What you want to feel is you want to feel a little bit of pressure of that batting pushing against the smoke element. What that'll do is that ensures that the element is packed down deep in the batting, and we're basically going to put the screws back in the smoke unit. And that's about it. So we'll put it on the test track here, fire it up, and you can see the difference in the performance here in just a few minutes. A couple things that you need to be aware of. This upgrade is effective for all TMCC1 fan-driven smoke units. Whether it uses an AC regulator or a straight 27 ohm element, doesn't matter. You can perform this upgrade on your own, or if you prefer, you can send your locomotive into Lionel customer service. We do charge a flat fee of $40 to rebuild the smoke unit. That $40 also includes a 3-hour test period where we'll run it on our layout, make sure that all the other functionality in the locomotive is 100% before we box it up and send it back. So let me get this thing programmed, then we'll get it on the track and I'll show you what the difference is. See the smoke starting to come out. It's give it a few seconds to warm up here. And that's basically your smoke output. You see that okay on the camera?